Hi, beautiful souls. Today I'm sharing a little light on spaciousness and when we place space around the thoughts, the actions, and everything, and where we place our awareness, we allow ourselves the room to breathe and really feel into things. I felt that spaciousness was something worth sharing, given that there was a comment yesterday regarding animals and plants, and that it is known that plants also feel and don't want to be killed. Well, yes, I know of these studies. These studies date back long ago, and Cleve, Cleve Baxter was one of the ones that did these studies, and that, if you put a lighter on a leaf of a plant and you're measuring that plant, it will try to turn away and not be burnt by the lighter. Now, that said, doesn't mean that a plant has a central nervous system in the same way that an animal does. And even though a plant is conscious, has consciousness, the consciousness is considerably different to that of an animal. Now, the easiest way for anyone to decide or harmonize on anything, align on anything, is to feel it from their own hearts, because what I feel, what my preference is in my space, will be different to your preference from your space. But if you don't allow yourself the spaciousness to feel into things and hold awareness with something, you will never know the answer to that. And the answer is always love to everything. So given that in mind and in heart, when you look upon the eyes, and you might want to just do this now, just close your eyes, just open your heart, just open your heart, just keep opening your heart, and just focus upon the eyes of a pig. You look down, keeping your eyes shut, because I want you to imagine this. You look down and you see to your hand, and your predominant hand is holding a knife. And the pig is looking at you, and it's searching you. It's searching for what you're about to do, who you are, what you're about, what your likes are, what kind of fun you might have. Do you have a treat in your pocket? And then with that knife, you could either take its life to feed yourself, or you could go to another table and find a whole bounty of fruits and vegetables and feed yourself on that. The majority of human beings would not do the deed themselves. Most of the human beings have never given conscious awareness to whether eating an animal is right for them or not. They just go with the norm. So they adopt other people's ideas on this subject. And when we emulate others unconsciously, then we're actually not doing ourselves any service whatsoever. We're supposed to be sovereign creators in this now, and there's nothing sovereign about just following the herd. And most people have not given conscious, aware consideration to most of the acts that they perpetuate in their lives. So when we give ourselves space, we can decide what is right for us, because we're feeling it from our hearts. And that's the whole point. You don't want to be thinking from your egotistical mind. You don't want to be going there and going, oh, I think that's probably the best thing because A, B, C, D, E, and these are the pros and these are the cons. Because if you're living like that, you're only going to be stuck in this old paradigm 3D, 4D world. And that's never going to give you the opportunities and the possibilities and the wonderment of experiencing new earth ways of being, which is a higher consciousness, a more loving consciousness, and a consciousness that operates from the heart. So when we open the heart and we practice, keep opening the heart, because the heart can open and close, open and close. We see somebody, They might have done something that we don't like. We close our hearts, we become defensive. That's not helpful. We have to stop. Okay, awareness, spaciousness, space around there. What would it feel like if I just did not judge them? What would it feel like if I just let them just be them and just let me be me? This is my preference, that I don't have to see this person anymore. This is my preference, that they don't go about saying unkind things about others. You know, whatever it is, these are my preferences. But in spaciousness, you're allowed, or you give yourself that allowing to decide what it is that feels good with your heart and the alignment with your heart. Not your thinking mind, with your heart. Feeling, slowing it all down. Often people do not allow themselves enough slowing it all down so that they can see things. When things happen very, very quickly, you can get muddled and you're not sure where the beginning or the end was. And of course, there is no beginning, there is no end. It's just all boom, there now. A mass dump of quanta, and you have to decipher how that is. And the easiest way to do that is through your heart, not through your analytical thinking mind, but through your heart. How does this feel? And being really truthful with yourself. I mean, if you feel red flags in people, trust that. Trust your intuition. But give yourself the space and give yourself that slowing down to feel it with your heart, to know it there, know what resonates, know where your alignment lies. Allow yourself that space so that you remove judgments from your life and that you practice and hone that ability to become more and more spacious in the way that you live. And in that space, you'll discover that nothing can harm you, nothing can trigger you, and there is peace. There is great peace and spaciousness. When you look around me right now, and this is a physical space that I've placed myself in the middle of a field, away from everyone and everything, and it gives me that opportunity just to be calm and relaxed without anybody coming past me going good morning or anything like this. Not that I'm antisocial, I'm quite happy to say good morning to people, but I also require that space alone in nature just to be, so that I can breathe, I can meditate, and I can have that alone time so that I can go out into the world and that I can take the spaciousness of my meditation and apply it in the way that I live. And I wish for that for all of you as well. So whenever anything comes up that stirs you or makes you think, stop, place awareness there, stretch that space around you into spaciousness, awareness, conscious awareness, opening your heart as wide as you possibly can and feel into things. If something feels really good, you know that that's right. If there's anything where you feel a little bit of a red flag, then trust that. Trust your intuition. And everybody wakes up at different times. Everyone wakes up to different levels of consciousness in different nows throughout their journey. And there's no pressure and there's no race. I send you love. My name is ZsaZsa. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so. Many blessings.